Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. This afternoon and evening, I want to look at the plight of General Dumisani Khumalo, the head of crime intelligence, or the crime intelligence boss. Dumisani Khumalo is now facing corruption charges, allegedly because he was involved in the irregular appointment of a very junior officer to a very senior position, irregularly so, without following due process. So Dumisani Khumalo appeared before the Pretoria Magistrates Court and is out on bail. Recently, that was last week, he was trying to have his bail conditions relaxed, but his attempt to do so ran into some kind of snag because the previous magistrate who was handling that matter had recused himself, and another magistrate had to replace him. But then it did not end there because the National Prosecuting Authority is appealing that decision of the magistrate to recuse himself from that matter, because it is the previous magistrates who had to hear this application to have those bail conditions relaxed or amended. Now, why does General Dumisani Khumalo want his bail conditions relaxed? According to his lawyer, there has been an internal disciplinary process within the South African Police Services instituted by the Commissioner of Police, Fani Masemola. And that internal disciplinary hearing has completely exonerated him of all wrongdoing. So, meaning that he can simply go to work, at least as far as that disciplinary hearing is concerned. So one of his bail conditions was that he should not access, any SAPS premises. So Dumisani Khumalo is trying to have these bail conditions relaxed in order for him to go back to work in the light of that internal disciplinary hearing, which has cleared him of all wrongdoing. But the real question that I want to address is, why is Dumisani Khumalo where he is today? How does he find himself where he is today? Apparently, these are trumped up charges. You see, Dumisani Khumalo is the man that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has disclosed, sought help and was given help by Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who assigned some members of the political killings task team to beef up the strength of the Gauteng cops who were also involved in similar activities. And this political killings task team from KZN, I think about 10 of them, also joined their Johannesburg or Gauteng counterparts, have been making very significant strides in their fight against crime. And one of the people that they targeted was Chet Matlala, in the killing of Armand Swartz. So Armand Swartz was killed, and Chet Matlala up to now is on bail for that particular crime. So it would appear that, and this comes from disclosures by General Khumalo himself, that his suspension was actually instigated by Brian Mogotsi in a mistaken identity situation. In other words, Brown Mogotsi, that middleman between the Minister of Police, the suspended Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, and Kat Matlala, in a mistaken belief that he was some other General Khumalo, Brigadier Khumalo. He mistook him for some other Brigadier Khumalo, who was involved in that matter regarding, that unlawful or irregular appointment of that young lady who was given a very senior position, although she did not have any qualifications, sought to come up with these trumped charges which General Dumisani Khumalo is now facing, to get rid of him. And this just shows you how powerful people like Brian Mogotsi had become and how far they had succeeded in corrupting the system. A clear and indisputable fact is that how then do you have a situation where General Khumalo faces criminal charges, and yet an internal SAPS inquiry has cleared him of all wrongdoing, basically for the same thing? That is why the Commissioner of Police, General Fanima Semona, has taken the decision that General Khumalo can go back to work after he was found not guilty by that internal disciplinary hearing. So the plot to get rid of General Dumisani Khumalo, was really a Brown Mogotsi project, because Brown Mogotsi and his criminal, syndicate colleagues were worried about the work that General Khumalo was doing, and they perceived him as a threat. So he was targeted for removal by bringing up these trumped up charges against him in order to get him out of the way. So this is the story of how General Dumisani Khumalo finds himself where he is, and we'll see what happens next month, because next month that matter will be heard. The matter has been postponed in the Magistrates Court to November, and we'll see how it goes insofar as the recusal of that magistrate, which is being challenged by the National Prosecuting Authority, goes, and see whether General Khumalo cannot have his bail conditions amended or relaxed in order for him to go to work. And of course, we'll be looking forward to the trial arising out of these trumped up charges which were preferred against him at the instance or at the behest of Brown Mogotsi. Having said that, let me thank you for watching this video. Let me thank you for all the views and subscriptions that I'm seeing. Please have a wonderful afternoon and evening. Thank you.